king of the hill.
Trooper Firefight is an impressive mod by Boyd Model. There are 3 major strengths that make this mod stand out to me. Those are the abundance of enemies and allies, the changes to the weapon sandbox, and the additional audio effects. This is not just a third-person mod. You can play as a UNSC trooper with the green and tan uniform and the cavalry emblem on their shoulder pads. And you can play as a UNSC Marine with their charcoal gray and black uniforms and the UNSC logo on their shoulder pads. Or you can play as an ODST. The military branch is indicative of the mission you select, which you can see in the menu screen before starting a match. Given the UNSC Army's involvement in Halo Reach, a majority of the missions will have you play as a UNSC Trooper, 2 levels as a UNSC Marine, and Installation 04 allows you to play as an ODST. This mod is designed with Legendary in mind, and the mod author has recommended settings. If you find you are being eliminated too quickly in a match, then increasing the damage resistance to about 110 or 150% may be more ideal for you. If of course you are following the mod author's recommended settings. Taking cover is imperative in this mod, and each level has been carefully modified, increasing the number of objects to shield you from inbound plasma. This makes for those clear shot moments even more satisfying and important, as opposed to playing as a more reckless and faster Spartan. You very much feel like a more vulnerable human. The gameplay here is immensely different than going in with a few members of Noble Team as a Spartan. Luckily, your friendly AI engages enemies at longer distances, although so do your enemies. So the firefights are intense when you're ducking in and out of cover, trying to repel the Covenant. Even a Grunt Ultra and Jackal can be a worthy opponent. Now it's important to listen for a few moments the alternate weapons fully and imported dialogue that makes this mod much richer. Mature language inbound. You may recognize dialogue from the video game Prototype, and there's even lines from Splinter Cell Conviction that I believe allows the player to be more engrossed in the carnage from a trooper and marine perspective. Retail Halo plays it safely when it comes to dialogue, especially after Halo 2. I get it, but the added dialogue makes each large encounter feel like you and your squad are on the brink of losing everything. It feels like a real battle is taking place and your allies are doing their best to survive and communicate. This doesn't feel like you're a Spartan in a trooper biped. I also believe some weapons foley was altered to complement the increased weapon accuracy and damage, and it's not as though you're firing the weapon from a first-person perspective, it has to sound slightly different. Perhaps the retail audio files did not sound convincing enough from a third-person perspective, so the mod author wanted to spice things up a bit more. If that's truly the case, I can appreciate the audio changes. I certainly appreciate the addition of the original assault rifle seen here. Listen to this bad girl.
Here we go! Get up the fuck out of here!
You'll also come across the light machine gun. the weapon that was never in Halo Reach retail, but was seen in concept art. You may be taking a risk getting to this specific location, but you'll have a nearby medkit that you can use. Even if you try placing yourself on the Covenant's flank, they will punish you once they draw a bead on your location. Taking a risk may give you a large reward, but it may be one heck of a time getting back to your allies in this specific map. Or if you stay closer to your base, keep your eyes open for the trusty battle rifle that's been imported.
Hey! Ripple fire!
If you feel like getting close and personal, keep in mind your melee damage is not as devastating as an Elite Ultra's. But you can give a grunt the boot. Here I'm showing you the increased velocity of the rocket launcher's rocket projectile. This makes a rocket launcher a far more reliable weapon. Although my favorite weapon in this mod has to be the suppressed assault rifle. It performs well and the attachments are nicely detailed. Before we listen to it, I also appreciate the ability to switch the camera view from right to left shoulder. An intuitive feature that feels natural in third-person gameplay with just one click of the D-pad. Let's look at that one more time. Switching the camera to the left shoulder, you're able to get a clearer picture of what's going on.
Should have known better. Engaging! Concentrated fire! That's what I'm talking about. Baby, all come on! For the fucking love of... That's one of many.
Now here's an interesting quirk about this mod. Depending on the visor color you have selected, that will correlate with the color of your armor. So selecting the blue visor will make your ODST spawn in with blue armor. Not only blue armor, but even the camouflage pattern uniform will be blue, making the design much more defined. Then the same thing can be done to your trooper and marine biped. This aqua camouflage is a bit too prima donna for me, but you can make this happen, unless it gets patched later. So if you never paid close attention to the troopers, the marines, and the ODST's uniforms in Halo Reach, well now you know they have a camouflage pattern. The blue color just makes the pattern stand out more. You can notice here that even the tactical eyepiece attachment takes on the color blue. For a while now, I've equipped a gold visor for my Spartan, so before I knew about this quirk, and when I first started the mission Installation 04, I noticed my ODST biped was donning olive, or golden color armor. Pretty neat if you're looking for a desert ODST aesthetic, but changing the visor color to default will spawn you in with the intended color scheme. Now, it's recommended you only select evade for your armor ability. This allows you to see the fantastic animation and makes the mod feel much more grounded. But I got curious and equipped a trooper with a jetpack. The jetpack works, and the trooper flails their arms about in the falling animation. You may still use your weapon to aim down range, but there comes a time when the trooper's falling animation kicks in, making your bullets sporadic. I wouldn't recommend the jetpack necessarily. You are exposed as you reach new heights, and I believe the UNSC army likes to ground pound instead of taking to the skies. You may equip the sprint ability, which speeds up your cadence covering more ground, but you keep the weapon down range. The Spartan's sprint animation is not used. When it comes to exchanging weapons, the Spartans are not interested. However, you may exchange weapons with other troopers, marines, and ODSTs. Time to listen to a suppressed DMR and an SMG. Notice you cannot pick up and walk around with the turret. Leave that to the Spartans.
Take him down! Cut him down! Yeah.
I was curious to see how far we can throw the grenades, and it looks like we can chuck them a considerable distance. A very old Halo Combat Evolved mod that allowed you to play as a Marine would have you wait a few seconds as the throw animation played out. But in this mod, it seems rather quick.
Get some. Running low on ammo!
You can pick up the Covenant weapons as well, and it feels like they've been rebalanced to be more effective. But your UNSC arsenal is so good in this mod. You can rely on your human weapons from ground and vehicle forces. Scoped weapons have a further zoom capability, allowing ease of use for those distant targets. In a way, this third-person mod reminds me of the SOCOM games and Spec Ops: The Line.
2 enemies remaining.
Got a pin down.
Last enemy.
Look how massive these brutes look when you're an ODST. They can be intimidating. You even get a sense of how large the Warthog is when walking up next to it. As for driving the Warthog, it feels much of the same. Perhaps it felt a bit faster when I was playing, but that may have been due to the amount of times I spent running around on foot as a trooper.
I'm good. Feel good here. Feel good.
You won't be a lone wolf here on this map. I'm really impressed with what the mod author, Boyd Model, executed here on the mission Lone Wolf. I saw AI driving a Warthog. A Pelican comes in and drops off trooper reinforcements. There are plenty of weapons, including an unsuppressed SMG. And there's plenty of added cover in all of the right places.
Hostile movement north of your position.
What you may have noticed already in this video, but is worth pointing out now, is the suppression screen effect. If plasma bolts or bullets are soaring just over your head, the screen will have a distinct shake to communicate you're being suppressed. This adds a more visceral experience as you rush and bound between cover.
Hostile down position. Devil dogs win again. Royal fucking flush. We got our head forward.
What I really love is the added sound effects of a needle rifle's blamite slicing rapidly through the air around you. Man, it sounds so dominating as it suppresses the small distance next to your face.
Failure is not enough.
Let's finish. Kill! I said sustain fire! Sustain fire!
Chalk 3 to red crowd. Battle over. We own the zone and look good doing it. Over.
Get us the fuck out of here! Disengage and regroup!
As you can see here, you may disable the radar. Of course, just like in Halo Reach Firefight, you may customize the enemy waves and your character traits to give you a very specific experience. Let me know what settings you've changed and how you like to experience this amazing mod. We all wanted to play as a UNSC trooper and marine, but certain aspects need to be changed in the game that normally lets you play as a fast, powerful Spartan. This is the mod that gets it right. There's risk and reward as a soft, squishy trooper and marine. You get a sense of scale when going against a jackal, of all things. Covenant are towering alien beasts. You certainly see that when you play this mod, but you have all the right tools available to kick the Covenant back into the stratosphere. Go ahead and play this mod tonight by clicking on the download link in the description below, and check out all of my other videos I've made.
KYOT Coyote.